Hey friends, Joseph here at smalltownwanderer.com. And we do travel, and we specialize really in all-inclusive cruises and tours and amusement parks and resorts. And we get this question asked a lot from people is kind of, do I want a cruise or do I want an all-inclusive resort? And this is coming from somebody where a year ago I was like anti-cruise. I was never even on a cruise until one of my colleagues encouraged me to jump on a cruise, and I have been cruising ever since. Um, I really do love it, but I also love all-inclusive resorts, and I do a lot of time there, and I spend with my family and friends at those places. So, some of the differences that you see, in a nutshell, obviously, there's nuances of everything. That's why you want to use a good certified travel agent that can help you negotiate with you and your family and your ideas and your desires to move forward in your vacation. But some of the obvious differences are things like a cruise ship actually moves, your bed moves, and you continue to move forward onto an island. Or a destination. So you are changing your destination every day, and but yet keeping a very solid base on those cruise ships that you have. I won't get into the nuances of all the different cruise ships because that's a whole nother topic. But you're good on there, and so some of that is just really great because you get to see new things all the time. It's a really pro that you can do that. All-inclusive resort, though, on the other hand, you have to stay. You're local. You're in a spot or in a town, and a lot of times when you go to an all-inclusive resort, you're just staying on resort. You might do an excursion or two, but you're going to stay there. But all things are included in that. So a lot of times you'll see price points for cruises being super low or seemingly low, but the reality is they don't necessarily include everything that you might want. So if you want drinks and especially dining or excursions, those are all extra. And so you have to keep that in mind when you're thinking about cruising. So it's not necessarily always cheaper to go on a cruise. Now, I will say a lot of times an all-inclusive is cheaper compared to a regular hotel. A lot of times in Florida, you can spend more money on a hotel and get absolutely nothing else than you would in a Caribbean or Mexican all-inclusive resort where you get your activities and entertainment, food, and drink all included. Another thing, I said entertainment. I think entertainment on the cruise ships is generally a lot better. The evening entertainment might be a band, it might be a comedian, might be a magician, might be a Broadway-esque type show that you're going to experience in a theater. A lot of times in all-inclusives, it might be a small stage, or it's in their lobby. There might be a band, or there might be a fire show, or like in Mexico, they might have the Mayan show going on where they kind of go through culture, or there might be a Bob Marley band going on in Jamaica. So it's very I think it's a lot more low key. Um, Definitely production value is lower than what you would find on a cruise ship. Another thing you don't find in all inclusives that you do find on cruise ships is casinos. Lots of casinos happen on the cruise ships. Shopping happens on the cruise ship that you don't necessarily have in all inclusives. Now, in an all inclusive, I love those types of vacations because it is truly a vacation. You're not worried about anything. You're waking up, and the biggest question mark you have is hammock or lounger. Is it the beach or is it the pool? Which one of the 15 restaurants do I want to go to? On a cruise ship, there's so many options. So a lot of times it can feel like there's a lot going on. So people always like, will I get bored on a cruise ship? No, you will not get bored on a cruise ship. So that's a great experience. Another unique thing with cruising versus all inclusive is you're all on this journey together. So when you get on a Friday or a Saturday, everyone on that ship is on there with you together. There are some nuances of that, of course, but the majority of the people are on this excursion, this trip together. And an all-inclusive, you don't know if people are coming or going. You don't know if they're going to be gone tomorrow or they just got here today. And so it does create a little sense of community on a ship where you will naturally feel more intended to talk to people. You'll actually interact maybe differently with another passenger than you would necessarily with an all-inclusive. I find that people are very much more reclusive there. They're doing their thing. They might chat with a guy at the bar or say hi to somebody at a restaurant, but very little interaction that you find on a cruise ship. When you see somebody in the morning and then you see them in the evening, you ask them about their excursion. You talk to them about what it was like on off ship, because you just did that also. So it's really kind of a cool experience. But both ways, all inclusives or cruises, you're constantly staying active. It's just a matter of the amount of needing to go from one place to the next. Like there might be a band over here on the cruise ship, and there might be a person over there that you want to see. It's just things happening. But both of them, there's no stress. Like there's going to be enough food. There's going to be enough things to do. There's going to be a lot of activities to take part in. So both great options. I like to get on cruises to go see destinations. I want to click off countries. I want to go see capitals. I want to go see places like Alaska that you don't necessarily see on land. If I do cruising, I like to go to those types of things. If I do all inclusive, I just want to be in a beach. I want to relax by the pool and have a drink in my hand, having a good time at it. Both great options. Both are very good for families. Both are good for couples. Both are great for parties. Both are great for big groups. They both can make it happen both ways. But there's just again nuances, and that's why you want to continue to work with a person that knows what they're doing, a team that knows what they're doing, and that's why I would be more than happy and honored to work with you in our travel agency at smalltownwanderer.com. You can reach out right there on the website and start an inquiry, and we'll hook you up with an agent that best fits your needs. We have people that specialize in cruising. We have people that specialize in all-inclusive amusement parks like Disney and Universal. We have those that work with tours all over Europe and actually all over the whole world to get out. People do tours of those amazing places. We have people that do river cruising. That's a whole nother thing. We can do a whole other thing about river cruising versus land cruising or bigger ship cruising. But either way, love to work with you. That's just a little thoughts on the differences between those two and some of the similarities. I will say those that loved all-inclusives, that were against cruising, that did cruising, loved cruising, and those that are diehard cruisers that have never done all-inclusives and that were self-professed haters of all-inclusives that tried it and love that too. So I'll just tell you, you probably will love them both. They're just different experiences. So reach out. Let's get you on one of those today. Get a hope on the calendar for you and your trip. Alrighty, have an awesome day, fellow wanderers.